Okay then guys, so this is a quick overview of the latest Magic the Gathering set called Innistrad. Now I wasn't too keen on this originally. In fact, I wrote it off as soon as it was announced, simply because it was, well, to me it seemed to be just cashing in on the Twilight craze which is still going around. Basically you got vampires, humans and werewolves. So I thought that was pretty sad. However, now that I've seen the cards in action, these are for a draft I'm hoping to do tomorrow, but now I've seen the actual cards in action via Magic Online, I need to take back my thoughts, because that's very not the case indeed. Yes, there are vampires in it, yes there are werewolves in it, and there are humans in it, but it's a fantastically put together set with lots of clever theming and lots of interesting mechanics. Now, one of the most popular mechanics is actually an old one. It's flashback, and in case you've never heard of it before, basically the way it works is that when you cast a card, it goes to your graveyard as normal. However, you can then basically play it from your graveyard for a flashback cost, and then it's removed, exiled from the game. Really good. It's shown in all the key colours, and it ranges from putting zombie tokens into play to an excellent fireball, which is a rare, to this one, which basically destroys an artifact. So that's the flashback mechanic, and it works really well. Another interesting mechanic is one I'm not massively keen on yet, is Morbid. Now the way this works is that this effect triggers if a creature has gone onto the battle, has been destroyed that turn. So for example, with Caravan Vigil, which I'll show you here, it costs 1 mana, and it allows you to search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. You then shuffle your library. However, if a creature's been destroyed, you can put the card straight onto the battlefield. This is pretty cool on this guy. He's normally a 2/4 creature, 2/4 creature with reach. I'll get my words out in a minute. However, if you've got Morbid and he kills somebody, you've killed something, the turn he comes into play. He comes into play with an additional +2, +1/+1 counters, making him a 4/6 guy for just 5 mana. It's a clever mechanic. It's quite interesting using it in draft, because unlike Bloodthirst, where you were always trying to push through damage, here you don't want to. You want to let damage through because you're worried that they're going to put down a bigger creature should they die. Now, the other mechanic isn't a mechanic per se. Well, it is, so I lied. And it's a really clever one. These are the controversial flip cards. So the way this works is that it comes into play, and then either by doing something or just by something happening in game, the card will turn over, generally to something much better. So with this one, it starts off for 3 mana. You get a 2/2 flyer, which is pretty cool anyway. But at the beginning of your upkeep, if you pay 2 black and 2 colourless, you can transform it into this far more powerful 5/5 vampire. Other guys, this one, he's a 2/2 guy with vigilance. However, if any other creature you control dies, you can transform it into this 5/4 trampler. It's a really clever mechanic. Again, it works very interestingly in draft. I've not tried it in constructed yet. And one of the other nice things about these is that you get one of these in every pack, and it can be either a common, an uncommon, or a rare. So technically, in a few packs, I've got additional rares. So if I show you the 2 rares I've got, one of them is this excellent guy. For 4 mana, 2 black, 2 colourless, he's a 3/3 flyer, and you can tap him to put a 2/2 black vampire creature into play. Or you can transform him if you've got 5 or more vampires, and when you pay 1 black to transform him, he becomes a 5/5 flyer who gives all other vampires you control +2/+2, and he still puts tokens into play. So that's amazingly good. And the other guy I've got isn't as impressive. I don't like it as much. It's basically 2/3 for 4 mana. Attacking creatures you control get +1/+0. If no spells were cast by your next upkeep, that goes for both sides. You get to transform him, and he turns into a 5/5 trampler, which gives all attacking creatures you control +3/+0. He transforms back again if you cast, or another player casts 2 or more spells in a turn. So it's a really clever mechanic. I really wasn't too sure how these cards were going to work. As I only played draft, it's not an issue. But I can imagine it's going to upset people who draft with physical cards as opposed to digital ones. Otherwise, the general theme of the set is all about, it's sort of based around Gothic horror. There's a hell of a lot of graveyard recursion, which I actually like. There's another interesting thing called Fight, where basically 2 cards face off against each other and deal their power to each other. So this is Prey Upon the green card, which does it. It's pretty cool. You've got this guy here. Basically, when he comes into play, you can return a zombie card from your hand, from your graveyard back into your hand. There's a lot of zombies in play, so it's very good. And then you've got guys like this, which, when he comes into play, one of his parts of his casting cost is that you have to remove 1 or more creatures from your graveyard. So again, this is a 4/5 guy for 4 mana, which is really bloody good. So basically, my thoughts on this set has turned around, and I'll go as far as to say it's one of the most exciting sets that I've seen in Magic for a very, very long time. There's not too much else to say about it at the moment. I might do a draft, an actual online draft of this very soon. Here's a few of the rares which I got. I only pulled 1 mythic, so I'd imagine the rest are in here ready for when we do a draft. This is Mirror Mad Phantasm, which effectively you pay 2. Mirror Mad Phantasm's owner shuffles it into his or her library. If that player does, he or she reveals cards on top of that library until a card named Mirror Mad Phantasm is revealed. So it's a great way of basically dumping if you're using like a deck with a lot of recursion. There's obviously the vampire I mentioned. This is excellent. It's a fireball with flashback. This card here, let's have a look. This guy's pretty cool as well. This is like a red wrath. It costs 9 mana, but it costs 1 mana less for each creature on the battlefield. And then when you cast it, it deals 13 damage to each creature. So thematically, the set is absolutely fantastic. I much prefer it to the last block, which was Mirrodin. It's going to be really interesting to see where they obviously go with the transforming creatures, the morbid creatures, and the flashback for future sets. And I really want to see how it's going to affect Constructed. So this is Darren Jones from Gaming Unplugged UK, and you are looking at a review of Magic the Gathering Innistrad. Thanks very much for your time. I'll be back with more videos very, very soon. Take care.